Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to This Week in Gaming. I'm one of your hosts, The Fury, and with me today, as always.
Maverick says, "Hey, what's up, everybody?"
And first of all, sorry for my voice. I'm just coming off a bit of a sickness and trying to not irritate the masses.
It's all good. I love your voice.
Damn straight you do. Basically, this show is what's going on in gaming. There's not a substantial show out there that does this. So we're going to fill the void, and we're going to do it while enjoying each other's company and giving you a quick 20 minutes on what's up in the gaming industry. So let's start off. What are we playing? Now playing? I start off with Battlefield 3 for the PC. It is a staple of mine since launch. I have been currently playing Orcs Must Die for an upcoming review. Also playing Black Mesa Source, as well as, and a little unfortunately, playing Medal of Honor Warfighter.
I love the unfortunately part. Yeah, I'm doing a little bit of the same. Just picked up Battlefield 3 for the PC, so I'm enjoying that. Daisy as always, and playing a little Dragon's Dogma since I'm going to a place that is devoid of the internet. I will be dragging that along with me for a little RPG fun.
Sounds like a blast. Now, the games we're playing, we do it for the most part for Video Game Mashup. That's our website. We do a lot of podcasts. We do a lot of how-tos and quick videos on games that you might like. So I would check it out, videogamemashup.com, if you're not already going there.
Yep, check out the YouTube video, youtube.com/the video game mashup.
That being said, how's your week going? Because I'm just coming off a sickness there, Matt, and I feel all right. I'm getting better anyway, and haven't had much time because of work to play a lot of games.
Doing great. Like I said, I've been playing Battlefield 3, and I'm loving the crap out of that. And it's a little bit different. I'm the PS3 all the way, but it's a little bit different. But I'm still enjoying it. It's good fun.
Good stuff. Well, now that's out the way, let's go right into headlines. We got three headlines for you this week, starting with the Wii U.
Yeah. So as if you've been hiding on a rock, you may have noticed that the Wii U is coming out this Sunday, November the 18th, and two different pricings are coming out. Two models of pricing is coming out. The first one's the deluxe version. It's 32 gigabytes internal storage. It's going to come out for 350, and then the basic version, which is only 8 gigs, is going to come out with for $200. And basically, the big difference, obviously, is the storage first of all, and then we go into a little bit more, in my opinion, just kind of gimmick. The deluxe version comes with a game, which is to be expected, Nintendo Land, and it comes with a cradle, and it comes for the console, and it comes with a cradle for the gamepad. So it's nothing too crazy in terms of what you get between the two, but there is a very important note for everybody out there. If you plan to just get the basic version, you need to be careful because both the operating system and the file format and one game will eat up the entire 8 gigabytes on it, and you'll have to go with some kind of external storage solution to prevent you from kind of just eating it up and not having any more space left. So check on that. Also, you will need to get a day one patch to activate many of the features. You'll see that as soon as you get the Wii U and connect to the internet. But basically, if you do not do this, then you cannot use the Miiverse, which is the little social network thing, Nintendo TV, and the eShop, which is where you can buy stuff on their shop. So you're gonna have to day one patch that if you're planning to give it to somebody. Make sure you got that patch.
Personally, this looks like bullshit. I hate having day one patches or day one DLC or day one anything. It should just run. You've had all this time to prepare your console. You've had all this time to get things together. And now you're going to force people to connect to the internet and download a patch for many of their features to work.
Yeah, it seems like this is something they could have. It feels to me like they're kind of like, oh crap, we set a release date. We have to meet it. Let's like shove something out. Okay, well let's just not worry about all these features and we'll add them later, type of deal. It's like, yeah, you could have just taken an extra week and apologized to your consumers and then released it a week later or something and give them all the features. But now they have to jump through hoops. But I guess it's all right. They're coming out. Actually, there's quite a few titles coming out launch for a new console. There's gonna be 23 total. That includes Black Ops 2, FIFA 13, the new Super Mario Brothers, Nintendo Land, which if you buy the deluxe, you get it with the game. Assassin's Creed 3, Zombie U, and Batman Arkham City Armored Edition. A lot more, but those are the key ones that are coming out.
I'm just gonna say this. I'm just gonna be as blunt as possible. Does anyone really care about this console?
Funny you should say that. I've been reading reviews around the net, and it doesn't look like it. It's getting barely above average scores, 6 or 7s out of 10. So, I mean, again, it just seems like another one of those gimmick things. I have not personally had any contact with the Wii U at all, so I'm completely talking straight out of my ass. But from everything I've been reading, from everything I've been listening to, it just looks like a bunch of gimmick stuff. But it's already sold out like everywhere, so people love the gimmicks, I guess.
Well, I mean, let's talk about this real quick. I love video games. You love video games. That's our pastime. We do it all the time. Now we do video game mashup. So you think, hey, we review games and consoles. That should be our thing. We should have this day one. The way I look at it is, since I'm putting my hard-earned money into basically back into VGMU and trying to produce more content, I say, hey, I'm gonna have fun with this. Am I actually gonna enjoy my purchase at all? Can I justify it? And so far, Nintendo have not appealed to me at all as a PC gamer. They have showed me nothing that excites me. Initially, they said you're only going to be able to use one Wii U mote at the same time because it was going to draw so much um, power from the actual unit itself. And then they forced out a change so you could have two of those controllers, which just makes me a little weary and scared. If initially they thought they couldn't do it and now they're delivering on this, how many dropped frames are we going to get? How much slowdown are we going to see?
Well, I mean, evidently the Wii U is supposed to pack enough powerful of a punch to be able to handle it, but who knows what that's actually going to translate to in the real world. But I agree with you on the from a PC gamer, and I mean I'm as equal as a console gamer as a PC gamer, but the Wii just doesn't appeal to me. I mean, there's only one game I remotely liked for the Wii, and I played actually a lot of games for the Wii, surprisingly enough. But the only one I really cared about was Wii Sports, the one that's like the simplest one. It wasn't even like anything crazy. So I don't know. It's just not gonna be something I'm even remotely consider picking up, especially not for $350. Sorry, no.
I love Nintendo. I have for a very long time. I had Nintendo, Super Nintendo. I've played for years, but the Wii never won me over. I mean, my parents have a Wii and they never touch it. My brother and sister have access to that and they never touch it. Um, so many people I know of have Wiis that just collect dust, and it's a great reason not to own one. And I really hope they can pull this out. But the way Nintendo's going, it kind of looks like they're going to become a software company pretty soon.
Yeah, I hope they don't, and this is going to be really telling because they're losing money on the Wii U console itself, just like Sony did with the PS3. They're losing money on every single console, but what they're hoping to do is build, that Wii U into your entertainment room, and so it becomes a hub for your entertainment, and then they can sell things on that, well, via the Wii Shop and the other services included in there. So I hope that they pull it together and that like strategy in the long run pays off, but you ain't gonna see one in my living room.
Next big story, Grand Theft Auto 5 details finally released. I am stoked. Not a lot of information's been coming out. There's now a couple trailers online. You should be seeing that if you've got the video version. Map's going to be bigger than San Andreas, Red Dead Redemption, and Liberty City all combined. So expect just about everything you loved from GTA 4, San Andreas, and the GTA 3 series all combined into one. And it looks like they're focusing on story more than ever.
Yeah, I don't know about how big 4 is compared to 5. Obviously, it's gonna be massive. It feels somewhere along the lines of Just Cause 2 in size of scope. Just this huge, massive, expansive land that you can travel from point A to point B. And the developers were mentioning about the map size was largely driven because they wanted to do a lot of missions and storylines with flying vehicles, airplanes, jets. So that's why it's so big, is so they can fit these kind of over the top vehicles and stuff into the game and have it all flow nicely. So it's going to be interesting to see, all the adrenaline filled moments. You really didn't get into the air that much in a lot of the previous games, but now it looks like it's going to be a focal point, which I think is going to be awesome.
Well, I mean, Rockstar learns just like everyone else. They've got a lot of different teams across the world, and the team that's working on this has worked on a lot of the DLC and a lot of the other elements of 4. And if you watch the progression, 4 was a great game, and I think it was the best in the series to the day. Then they released two very large DLCs, Lost and the Damned, which fell flat and it didn't feel like a GTA. It was trying to be something like Sons of Anarchy and it didn't show, it didn't feel good. But then they fixed a lot of things and they did the Ballad of Gay Tony, which to this day to me is one of the best DLCs I've ever paid for. I've played it 3 or 4 times. I love it. The storytelling is great, and it's still the exact same city. Nothing's changed, but they managed to tell a different story, which I'm hoping they kind of focus on that moving forward instead of just the nonstop shooting. There's always a place for you running and gunning and having fun, but the missions is what you remember from the end of the game. And GTA 4 wasn't amazing at it, but hopefully GTA 5, there's more of that focus and it works.
Yeah, if you're watching the video version on YouTube right now, you'll see the trailer running and it looks amazing. I mean, I've seen good graphics before, but I mean, for a game of this scope, it just looks fantastic. I really hope this is not, the CG enhanced version that you see a lot of the games put out in their trailers, but if this is in game real life gameplay, this is, whew, it's pretty good.
Last big story.
Yeah, and it's a big one. Black Ops 2 is having extremely bad launch time woes. This is mostly PS3, but sometimes across the board, they're just having a ton of problems. First and foremost, some owners aren't even able to get the right disc. Some have found that their Black Ops 2 cases have come with Mass Effect 2 instead of Black Ops 2, which is awesome. If you are one of the people affected by this, if you get in contact with BioWare, they'll actually send you, in addition to actually getting your Black Ops disc, free Mass Effect 1, 2, and 3. So if that happens to you, you can actually rejoice because you're going to get an entire big free collection. In terms of the actual real big problems right now, or PS3 users are having, is the first one, they can't even claim their DLC, which if you bought the special edition of the game, you got the Nuketown map. It makes its return from previous games into this one, and they can't even claim it. You have to jump through hoops to get it now. Also, PS3 owners can't even connect to multiplayer games at all. There's a big problem with Activision servers and PlayStation Network, so watch out for that. If you're also playing it on an old PS3, one of the fat ones, yeah, you might not want to do that because they're having problems with crashes and forcing you to system restore, which not a very good thing to do.
But all that being said, made $500 million in the first day because apparently 12-year-olds can't open up their piggy banks fast enough.
Yeah, see, year over year, every time a Black Ops, or anytime a Modern Warfare series comes out, it blows the predecessor in terms of sales out of the water, and this year is no exception with 500 million in the first day, which is pretty ridiculous. There's not any number on how many copies sold yet, but $500 million, you can probably do the math and figure out that's a boatload of copies sold.
It is. Now, I joke, 12-year-olds and all that, but from what I've heard from the people who have played it, it is a much better improvement. It's a big improvement off the first one, and Treyarch have actually made a good game. Hats off to Treyarch for finally making a good game after, what, 3 or 4?
Yeah, you would think they'd get it right a couple, but all I'm saying here is, who is it? Activision that's messing up? That sounds familiar.
Yes, and quite possibly a why shit sucks video in the future. Pardon my language.
Maybe.
But in other news, you may have experienced a bit of an outage, a bit of a problem with your Origin account being hacked. TechSpot reports Origin accounts are being hacked left and right, and I myself can say right now that yes, I got hacked, and it was not very fun to get my account back. I have multiple virus scans on my computer almost all the time, but somehow they got it, and they took my account, and they messed up a lot of different things, and they even took my player, and they were using it themselves and actually playing under my name. Overall, it was a horrible experience. I called up tech support, and EA Origin restored a old account of mine that I hadn't played in a long time, they could have easily checked the activity on that account and noticed that this was not the account I was looking for. They were more concerned about covering their own asses and trying not to give out information instead of helping me. Multiple times I'm trying to go through the call process with these guys, and they're just not getting it. I'm the customer. I may be a kid, or from their perspective, I may be someone just trying to play a video game, but I'm a customer who paid money to get their service, and on top of it, I paid for their premium service, so they should be kissing the feet. Um, as you say, I don't understand how bad that was, and they try to make it better by giving a couple coupons. I got 50% off coupons, and I got another coupon for Battlefield 3, another copy, which was nice, and that's how Maverick X88 got his extra copy.
Yeah, I was there for part of the awesome conversation, and it felt just their customer service is just customer service. Some guy reading from a script. Like it wasn't any, and when it comes to especially getting hacked and stuff like this is something that needs to be fixed quickly because then less damage gets done. So reading from a script isn't going to cut it. You got to know what to do and you got to know what to do fast, and they just weren't doing it. So yeah, they need to. Origin customer service was not the best experience, and I wasn't even the one in the experience at all.
First of all, finding the number was ridiculously difficult. Second, the first guy restored the wrong account to me, and then the second guy who was above that person took forever to try and help me out. And he finally figured it out, and hats off. But that was 3 hours out of my life. I work a lot of hours. I commute a lot of hours. I really don't need to be spending 3 of my day hours off on the phone trying to get my Origin stuff together. But that's my little personal experience. I'm back up playing again, pooping on noobs, having a good time. Moving over to the game releases coming up. Mav, what's up?
Obviously, we just talked about the Wii U console coming out Sunday, November 18th. Next up is big one, Hitman Absolution lands Tuesday, November 20th. Actually, the rest of these releases land Tuesday the 20th, so there's going to be a lot of good stuff coming out. PlanetSide 2, it's going to get a Steam release as well. They just secured that deal, and it's also going to be free to play, so pick that up. PlayStation All-Stars, which is the Super Smash Brothers-esque game coming out with PlayStation stars instead of the Nintendo stars, hits as well on the 20th. And Assassin's Creed 3, which is already out for PS3 and Xbox, lands on the PC and the Wii U on the 20th.
And of those game releases, Hitman Absolution Video Game Mashup will be releasing a first 30 day of, and we're also going to be releasing a full-on review in the beginning of December, probably about the 7th of December. There'll be a review out by then. Also on PlanetSide 2, we'll be releasing our brand new series, and this may be our first video. It's going to be a free game Friday, and that is going to be on PlanetSide 2. Since it is free to play, you can try it out, have fun with it, and not have to pay a penny.
Yeah, and it looks like PlanetSide 2 is going to be an absolute blast, and definitely take a look at it.
Weekend game deals. We got a lot of things going on. We'll start off with Steam and go into Amazon, and Mav will finish us off. We got Tropical 4 on Steam, Steam Special Edition, $7.49. That is 75% off. Pretty good deal. If you've ever heard of the Tropical series, this is the Ultimate Edition kind of thing, and Steam has made their own version of that. Amazon Digital, Saints Row the Third, $10, 75% off. Prototype Pack, including number 1 and number 2 with the DLC, $9.99. That is 90% off. Maybe a good time to get that, and you can get the download code via Steam, so you can actually add that in there.
And coming from GameStop, we got the Grand Theft Auto 4 Complete Edition, which has the DLC Ballad of Gay Tony and episodes from Liberty City for $7.49, and that's going to be 75% off. That's a really good deal. I might pick that up myself. And Gamersgate has Orcs Must Die 2 at $7.48 for 50% off as well.
Yes, a game I'm thinking about picking up because Orcs Must Die 1 is amazing. And I can't believe I lived this long as a gamer and have not played that. But other than that, upcoming in Video Game Mashup, we're going to be pumping out the more projects. We got more DayZ coming up, another this month, and all these podcasts that can all be found under videogamemashup.com. You will be taken to our Facebook. It has all the information on where the videos are coming out, what's going to happen, this, that, and the next thing, and it'll be a big month of December for Video Game Mashup. So thank you very much for tuning in to the first This Week in Gaming. I was your host, The Fury, and with me as always.
Maverick X888, thanks guys for joining, and don't forget to, if you're on the YouTube, like, subscribe, and share all of this stuff with a friend, please.
Thank you very much, guys. Have a week.